So let's talk about factoring binomials, in this case, that are perfect cubes. And the only reason I'm talking cubes is because I'm noticing the first term is x to the power of 3. So that kind of gives me an indication this might be a perfect cube. But let's run through our process. Is it in descending order? Yes. Can you factor anything out? No. So first term is a power of 3, which tells me this might be a perfect cube. So now I've got to check the 27. So the question is, what times what times what gives me 27? I need 3 of the exact same number. Good. 3 times 3 times 3. Excellent. So I'm just going to do this for a second. Humor me. So technically there's 3 x's. Technically there's 3 3's, right? Okay. Now, some people think, oh my gosh, I'm factoring perfect cubes. There's going to be 3 parentheses, and they're all going to be the same. And the answer is no. We don't factor perfect cubes like we factor perfect square binomials. They don't factor the same. This one actually has a formula that we use. And I can show you the formula, but here's the deal. I am going to actually walk you through the formula to make certain you understand what we're doing. So just watch for a second, because remember, this is the lecture video. I'll have examples coming your way after this that you can work on, but just watch for right now. So for right now, as you're watching, perfect cubes, a binomial that's a perfect cube, is still going to factor into 2 parentheses. Now, I label the first parenthesis the cubed root parenthesis. I label the second parenthesis the leftover parenthesis. Okay? So just keep watching. So here's a question. Let's look at x to the power of 3. What is the cubed root of x to the third? Well, I've got 3 x's, so the cubed root of x to the third is simply x. I used one of those x's. I have 2 left over. What's the cubed root of 27? Well, we just talked about it. That's 3, right? Because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So the cubed root of 27 is 3. I used one of those 3's. I have 2 left over. Cool? Not too bad, right? Not so far. Now, usually when we factor, the parentheses are binomials. There's only 2 terms in each parenthesis. Well, this one's a little different. The leftover parenthesis is actually a trinomial. So, you're like, well, how do I get that third term? Don't blink, just watch. What are the terms in the cubed root parenthesis? X and 3. If you multiply those together, what do you get? 3x. There's your missing middle term. You're like, huh? Wait, I know, that's the formula. You're like, how'd they get to the formula? Sorry, I didn't go through the derivation of it, and even if I did, it would take too long to do it here. So anyway, that's the missing term. And it is in descending order. X squared, x, and then no x's. Good? Okay. All the terms are taken care of, and now I need signs. Here's the deal. I don't care if the original problem has a plus sign or a minus sign. It doesn't make a difference. I'm always looking for a home for 2 addition and 1 subtraction problem, or 1 subtraction sign. I call this a little knocked out face from the cartoon strips. So, and you're like, well, how do I know where these 3 signs go? The original problem, it started with a plus. So the first parenthesis is going to have the plus. The cubed root will have the plus. And now he's a pirate. Arr. And I'm like, well, where do the other 2 go? Remember, this is going to multiply when you remultiply it to a positive 27. If that 3 is positive, that's got to be positive, which means a negative goes in the middle. In this case, when the original problem has a plus sign, I call it a negative sandwich. Cool? All right. So let's look at these parentheses. The first one is x plus 3. The second one is x squared minus 3x, plus 9. And now we have to decide if this is the final answer or not. So what do you want to do? Yeah, this is a square, so I have to check and see if it could possibly still factor, right? So remind me, how do we decide that? We take the 1 times the 9. We find all the combinations that multiply to a positive 9. And I'm hoping one of them adds to a negative 3 in the middle. Nope, that won't add to a negative 3. Nope, that won't add. That won't. I can't find a combination. So is this trinomial going to factor any further? Nope, that's it. That's all she wrote, so to speak. By the way, little tidbit, that trinomial never factors. Never. When you factor the cubes, the trinomial will never factor. That number, if it was going to work, should have been a negative 6, not a negative 3. This is always half as much as what it should be if it's going to factor. So anyway, point is that won't factor. Okay, I have some examples coming your way. Make sure you work on them first, and then go find my answer key video. Catch you guys on the flip side.